Voice of the people. Radio D, to you there's no equal.
Second to none, second to none. Radio D, you're still number one.
You are the voice of the voiceless.
Voiceless.
You are the choice of the voiceless.
Voiceless.
Real.
Show. Yeah.
Check it out. Check it.
You did teach and preach, but good governance.
Real.
You want to see we country advance. You not get party, stand for democracy. You give everybody a chance.
98.1.
Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. On news, views, and entertainment. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. Radio Democracy. On news, views, and entertainment.
Radio Democracy 98.1. We believe in no political party. We have no region. We have no tribe. We believe not in social or class standing.
Radio Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. It's exactly 7:30, and from 2 o'clock, stay tuned as we come to your news and current affairs program. Good morning, Salon.
From we New Englandville studio, good morning and welcome to the first edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, now Monday, March 9, 2026, and we will bring the program come to you this Monday morning. My name Adeyemi Jackson.
And my name Usman Kamara. Good morning. Inside the program this morning, according to the chairman for ECOWAS Authority of Head of State and Government, President Julius Maada Bio, say peace, credible democracy, sustainable economic integration no go dey na West Africa without justice for women them and girl picking them na the region. The Minister of Social Welfare, Melrose Hamilton, don't say government don't get a new rehabilitation center them na different districts there in the country. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy go look inside the issue where the APC party get who side and say they not go take part in governance if the president no reverse the Chief Electoral Commissioner Edmond Alpha in appointment.
Well, this and other story then the inside the program embassy. You listen to me live on www.radiodemocracy.sl and Aliorok Metal Group, the sponsor of Radio Democracy, for bringing the Good Morning Salon program come to you, powered by AfriCell. You they listen to it from across the country, from the partner radio stations them. Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koinaduga and Falaba district, Radio Malet 88.5, Radio 1J11.3 na Pujon district, Radio Kolente 90.0 na Kambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailaon, Vupad Radio na Watalun, Voice of Sando Radio 95.7 na Kono district, Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0, Voice of Masoro Pujon district, Advocacy Radio Putloko district, Radio Kat Bami on 106.7 na Tonko Limba, and at FM on 95.9 na Moyamba district. The program na Good Morning Salon, you can be part of the program by way you send message to the number 077-981-981, 077-981-981, or you can follow the program live on our Facebook page and also YouTube page. Also, you go drop a question or concern on the issue we will discuss inside the program today. The program na Good Morning Salon.
Inside the program this morning, we take with first material. Usai, the Minister of Internal Affairs, Mori Lengo, say the strategic plan with the ministry and other development partner them don't develop will help the ministry for coordinate with other ministry there in the country. I talk this with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, go pull na do the strategic policy plan na the Internal Affairs Academy Hall. For more on this, make we join Alfred Jana.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs don't develop the 2026 to 2030 strategic plan where they guide the ministry for work with agency them, where they under them like the police, correctional service center, National Fire Force, Salon Small Arms Commission, and other one them.
When I say not this and this, when I say when I they do, which one I don't do about it. Otherwise, before now, we just do them blindly because we not even get no plan. in the history of the ministry, this is the first time ever we don't develop a strategic plan. I'm happy that I was at the center of it. I able to guide the process. Well, this is not a national document, not a we normal. It's going to be a collective responsibility, so that will also get to involve the citizens. And then from time to time, we get for meetuna, so we're not going to be surprised. We can sit down, meet you, say, okay, within your community, we want to see how we partner with you, so that you go make your place safe, so that nobody fear for in safety where they go out, where they sleep, and we get to work together. So now a collective responsibility for all of us.
The voice we just don't listen to. Now the Minister of Internal Affairs, Maui Lengo, be they talk about waiting the new strategic plan where the ministry don't develop their about. Where be they talk. The Director of Policy and Coordination, now the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Mohamed Bandi Yoki, we talk about waiting on the function.
The ministry is the core governance institution responsible, as we are aware, for internal security. Because that's why we have agencies like the Civilian Police under our supervision, public safety, civil protection, migration through the Department of Immigration, law enforcement coordination. These are all functions that are performed by the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So we serve as a central authority overseeing various agencies that maintain public order and protect lives and property. So under our purview, we have the Civilian Police, the Civilian Correctional Service, the National Fire Force, the National Civil Registration Authority, Immigration Department, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Civilian Commission on Arms and Ammunition, Office of the Medical Examiner, formerly the Provost Office, and the Independent Police Complaint Board.
As a way for show the political will towards the strategic plan, make the chairman of committee na parliament, where they represent people from Connaught District, Honorable Moses Edwin, get this for say.
For saying that the first time this where the ministry don't get a strategic plan. So we happy as government, like where they agree as honorable member, me commitment to the thing where I can make statement that they should say the political will did it. Because all the other ministries themselves come for give support. If the political will not be there, we know get this kind of thing. Say parliament has been first of all been say, we there for make laws, we there for represent with people them, we there back for give oversight to ministries, departments and agencies.
United Nations Development Program can always help country them for the Boko development. Now for sake of this make, UNDP resident representative to Salon, Frederick Ampia, explain.
Our partnership is grounded in a shared vision, a vision which underscores the fact that effective, transparent, and responsive governance institutions are essential for sustainable development, peace, and social progression. Therefore, this strategic plan, we also know, as I alluded earlier on, is aligned with national priorities, and it's clearly contributing to advancing the government's medium-term strategic development plan. It's five game changes, and it's aligned to also the SDGs and our own country program document, CPD, which is also in 2030. But more importantly, the transformation of the public service architecture to enable a more professional, gender-responsive, efficient, and accountable service delivery. And that is why I'm excited to see our Agenda Minister here. I'm sure the first thing she's going to look at is how this strategy reflects the gender responsiveness, which is critical for us. But above all, it sets a measurable target that encourages stronger coordination and enables transparent reporting with a robust monitoring and evaluation framework in place.
Frederick Ampia end up for assure the Ministry of Internal Affairs said UNDP they continue to support internal affairs with any kind of development policy them where they go want for develop for the Society for Ready Democracy. Mina Alfred Jana the report.
The program In Salon, they continue as you reap one of headlines to read them. Ready Democracy, they look inside the issue where the APC party get to side and say they're not going to take part in governance. If the president no reverse the appointment of Edmond Alpha, well, for can help we for know more about some of them concern here and waiting government self don't they do and waiting the Peace Commission don't they do as way for address this issue. Make inside the program this morning, we get the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Wena Chegonoba. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Famble in Radio Land. Good morning.
All right, same way, so inside the program, we get our Samai, the Executive Secretary for the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Good morning, man. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning, everybody.
All right. Same way, so we get representative. We are the public National Publicity Secretary for the APC party. We now then get concern concerning the appointment where the president make. This being Usai pick Edmond Alpha for be the Chief Electoral Commissioner. And the person inside the studio this morning, Nasidi at Tunis. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Today I see you doing a check. Yes. Salam alaikum, Sheikh. All right. All right. Inside the program this morning, we'll start with the Minister of Information and Civic Education. But you get something important, firstly, where you want to address before we start for look at issues them we get for do with the appointment of Edmond Alpha. Mr. Ba, you say you get concerning the fuel issue in the country. Go ahead.
Thank you, Radio Democracy, for this opportunity. Famble and Radio Land, I find out say last week we issued a press release where we announced the fuel price don't increase from 28.5 to 32 leons per liter. One let Famble understand the reasoning behind this increase and one for lay the foundation for which family and supposed for continue for expect as we go forward. Every drop of fuel that Salona imports with the import from the global market, with the import and bring fuel Canada country. So whenever disruption happen at the global market, it affect Salon. Because of the crisis in the Gulf, many of the fuel producing countries them that region they don't either stop, disrupt, slow, or don't change the pattern in which then they produce. I want to famble and know say the biggest producers of fuel include countries like Iran and the other countries in that Gulf region there, Bahrain and all that. The one and even Saudi Arabia involved in this conflict. And so two major issues where our family understand. When I don't hear a lot of talk about the Straits of Hormuz, when are the 1/5 of the world in fuel they pass. I read yesterday at the New York Times say on a daily basis up to 80 to 90 tankers in the pass yonder where they come for supply the rest of the world. Currently now 1 or 2 they go there. Fuel price now Europe in some countries in Europe, it double over this period of the talk about so. Lines then they all over. South Korea, the economy gets serious tension right now. They don't close some of them, factory them, because they get challenged with fuel. Some parts of East and Southern Africa, not so money na the problem. They're not able to get fuel for buy. What did the government of Salon they do? Because we don't stabilize the economy, we expect 2026 now opportunity now for them to take off. The government of Salon they work with the oil marketers them na Salon. We sit down with them in some difficult conversations for think about how they manage this crisis. Now 2 ways for manage the crisis. One, the most important thing we get for make sure say fuel actually available. We not able to live without fuel. And if the price not go up, we not get the money for even buy. So man, they say, oh, the stock be non day. Why they not sell that entire stock day before they buy? If you don't for sell this stock, you know you will buy again. A big problem. And keep in mind now, you get competition for buy. Even the fuel they can Europe wants, East Africa wants, South Africa wants. So and then get the ability for pay. So we need for remain competitive. That's the absolutely important. Otherwise, the rest of the economy will get serious constraints. I want the family understand this point really clearly.
Okay.
The second point, now for manage the price level, for let it be realistic and for let will not put too much burden on the people of Salon. And on that, we get a commitment for the sit-down with the oil marketers on a weekly basis. Our family understand these points. Every week we sit down for check with, because what we sit down today, say tomorrow the price don't change. So we don't want to let the family get the full pass through and the shock. So government they make adjustments them. And with the sit down, they'll say, okay, based on all the factors you do, una manage so because they try for keep, for example, petrol and diesel price the same. But I could tell you, say right now, the diesel price in the market is much more expensive than the petrol price. But because of government intervention, they cushion that difference there. The gives we make one start with that, because I see some people in the complain on social media, oh, government this, that. But our family understand, say, we face a global crisis. Now, an uncertain period we dey right now. An analysis say, if this conflict continue at the same way we don't happen so for just over a week, if it continue for 2-3 weeks, we will face the worst global crisis we don't see in a very long time. We pray say inshallah then they will be averted, but finally the people of Sierra Leone will say with commitment, with this adjustment, with this meeting they will get now for make sure say we at the very least will continue to get fuel in Sierra Leone, and we will manage the price in a way where the oil marketers and also go continue for able buy, and the people of this country go able for also get supply. And I thank you for that.
All right, plenty thank you for that information. We'll go find them, we'll go get you and get other people and forget in view concerning this issue where they happen presently with America and Iran. But we come look into the issue proper one. I will start with CDI at Tunis, when the National Publicity Secretary for the APC party, because nothing gets concerned. In recent times, we see the president pick Edmond Alpha for be the Chief Electoral Commissioner for ECSL of Salone, but una raise concern wherein say una want let the president reverse that decision day, and if you not do una not go take part in governance. Una still stand by that una what day?
Yes, we still stand by that, but I just want to put more on this fair business more. The fact of the matter is we get a crisis in the world right now. But for us as a country, even before that crisis day, will be the buy fuel too expensive. And we don't see increases in the price of fuel even before this crisis. We had a situation where we finance minister go parliament and introduce a tax where it tell we say that tax they not go affect the pump price at all. And the very day we then start for implement that tax day, we see the pump price go up by 3.50 leons. We take we from 25 leons to 28.50. So even before this crisis, the government already don't increase fair price per week because of the taxes where they introduced. That is one aspect of it. Then secondly, when this crisis starts, even before the price begin for go up, fuel stations, they don't stop for sale, because they anticipate say price they go up, or they want to let price go up. And that is why we feel say government before don't step in, actually, on behalf of the people of this country. Because nobody not go tell me say, yes, the minister don't talk, we no want for sale and then we lost. But nobody not go tell me say, any oil importer or fuel importer not go tell me say, at the time of the increase in the price, they be not import. No. Nothing like that not happen, but they increase price per week. And by my own research, I don't feel say any other country in this area we don't increase fuel by people, and because of what's in the happen at the Middle East right now. So, we always they say sometimes it is good that we as government and we as a people stand more on the side of the people than as against the people. So what we they see now, crisis then at the world. Clearly, we all know that one day. But we feel say before ever we raise the price, we all for don't sit down, we discuss how for mitigate that crisis day, so that we go cushion the effect on the ordinary man and woman at this country. We all can increase first, then we'll begin for discuss how they mitigate the effect on the people. Having said that, yes, we still stand by with decision.
No, come on.
And the reason being,
I'm not going left than they for land.
And the reason being,
no. 1 second. I just want let Fambule. Yeah, but if important let Fambule no say every single country in the sub-region, including Liberia, we see them press release and fuel price don't go up. And my brother say don't do the research at the assurance say across the sub-region, for example, in West Africa Salon, we fuel pricing at the middle. We get countries where they sell lower than we, for example, Nigeria, then they sell lower than we, Liberia generally. We get countries where they sell higher than we because fuel price is taken into consideration different things. The count say we can discuss another time, but I want to just know say every country basically on earth don't see an increase in the fuel price, including the United States, in Europe, whole countries are right now to line them, my brother, my party, Germany, then they line up right now for fuel. So enough fellow will minimize this conversation. Let family and salon understand that. And the way the fuel sector they work, like you don't import. Where the fuel then you tanker, not so you get her. Where you pull her, now you pay. And you pay at the market price per the day. All this not civic education will for explain to people family. But we'll come on that one another. Let's go to ECSL for now.
Go ahead with your position, sir.
This is a topic for another day. So, like I said, we still stand by that for this simple reason. Before ever that appointment they happen, we be done to raise concerns on several issues. We get for do with waiting we all be done sign up to. The agreements for national unity, for example, the resolutions we did, the 8 resolutions, how far we don't go with implementing the resolutions then they. And then the tripartite recommendations. We get recommendations that we brought down several issues, but more so plenty of them we get for border on the elections, how we manage elections, how the processes, procedures, the laws them around elections and all of that. Yes, we don't make progress with the implementation of, but of course, plenty challenges then we be done the highlight to government. I be done to get to a point where we feel say plenty of them don't stall, with a cherry pick how we they implement them, and we don't raise them concerns then either to with moral guarantors or directly to government. You know, and it reach a point we say we write to His Excellency the President with Chairman that we won't forget audience with them because of several of the issues they are so hard to talk about, so that we go discuss as government and as opposition for see how we go before on them. In the process, we'll not get a reply, but then we get a letter also. We inform, we say President intend for appoint Mr. Edmond Alpha, and they want we view as a political party, which we responded to, and we give your own view. So that appointment they go on. And then we take this position, hoping that, you know, we go sit down and give reasons to HE the president why we don't want to make it go ahead with our appointment day. But of course, nothing like that not happen. And even after we don't take that position, the Peace Commission call, you know, for see how they go mediate. The day of the mediation meeting, and we see then go swear in the man. So, you know, it sends a message to we, you know, we make we all see and say, well, maybe we views no matter, we positions no matter as a political party. And so, you know, we don't take this position. We not just take them, we consult with membership, we consult with structures, and we don't reach this point. So we still they continue the engagement with the membership, with structures them. And at the same time, we still they engage with moral guarantors, especially Peace Commission. Okay. But as it is now, we not move away from this position we don't take as a political party.
So for listeners and viewers then again, what's not the position where the APC party don't take as of now?
Well, we don't say president for rescind the appointment we make, you know, because we give the reasons. I mean, I not get for consider and say what's in the letter we sent to them. And, you know, we also say Otherwise, it will be very difficult for we for all participate in governance at elected level. And this is the reason. We have a reform going on. One of the things that we did at that tripartite recommendation are for, we all agree, say, we will do series of reforms then before the 2028, especially the one that we brought on the elections. In that process, wisely so, the Attorney General's office don't present a bill in a parliament we get for do with the amendment of the Constitution. And that bill, we get a holistic constitutional amendment process where they go on. But in be done cleverly hive out, that one then we get for do with elections, so that we go expedite that reform process for make sure say they happen before the 2028 elections. And one key component of that one day, then reform then day, now that we get for do with the appointment of commissioners. Now we get for understand, say, as it is now with current law, any commissioner we you appoint, they get 5-year term. So this appointment we Mr. Edmond Alpha don't get sooner for 5 years. So which means whatever reform will go happen, not get for affect him. He's going to be there until after in 5-year term done. And we feel say that one day in itself they undermine the whole reform process, because most of the problems the world they face with the elections, and the issues we'll raise for 2023, plenty of them get for do with the commissioners themselves we've been did. So that in itself for they undermine the whole reform process. So that is one. And secondly, the most important of all for we. When you look at this country right now, I not go sit there as somebody we in a leader for say I not get confidence in we institutions. I do. But plenty we get challenges with. You get the judiciary, we get challenges with. We get the law enforcement, we get challenges with them. You get plenty institutions we get challenges with. To a point that the citizens of this country continuously they grow for lost confidence. And the only power where the citizens of this country get in a whole democratic process that have votes where they go cast for elect other than they want. We don't want to see it deteriorate to a point where yonder safe. The citizens of this country go lose confidence to a point and everyone for take part by electoral process because they feel say even if they go cast them vote, they not get for get what they want anyway. Somebody get for do what they want for do and get away with it.
All right. Now, CD, before we come over to Siba, we are the Minister of Information. Let's get things clear. Is it not the process where the president used for pick Edmond when I get issue with, or na Edmond particularly when I get issue with?
We feel say because of waiting we see they happen at the country and waiting we all don't sign up for say let we reform. We not feel say it be for harm we in any way. If we be hold on small and allow the reform process for happen so that at the end of the day, when we don't finish with that process, we all go through, get commissioners appointed, get the processes right, where we all go get confidence in, so that at the end of the day, when election happen at this country, if party A win, we all know say party A win genuinely. And the people that we get for run with elections know say, then go run them as how the law say. Not to as how them feel say them for run them, forget within they want, other than within the people of this country want. We get a constitutional process where if we be done completer, if I don't address all of this. And, I can listen. I don't hear in Parliament, they say, oh, by April, then for don't do that whole process. That is, of course, if we don't go through all the right channels, then. They don't go through first reading. People that don't send in inputs. So if no intention of stalling the process been there at all by now, so until they don't do second and third reading, so tell we go remember for vote, for pass or for cry and go to president and all of them things like this. So we not feel say if we wait as a country for go through the reform process then if it don't affect whatever timetable we get for 2028 at all in any way. So that's our own position.
I continue for the way to inside the program in name Nasidia Tunis in the National Publicity Secretary for the APC party. As we inside the program this morning, we look inside the decision we them don't take. We are in the say they not go take part in governance if presidents not reverse the decision we take for pick Edmond Alpha as a commissioner.
The program Good Morning Salon will continue. We come over to the other studio guests. We come to the Minister of Information and Civic Education, where not checking over. You don't listen CDI trainings from the APC party. It don't lay them premise and the concern where they get we make them boycott governance. You they represent government and they talk on behalf of government. Waiting a government position or concern with regard the opposition boycotting governance with regard the appointment of Edmond Sylvester Alpha as chairman.
Before we talk about the APC position, we will just make clear that His Excellency the President, by the Constitution, follow the law. We require him for consult and appoint a Chief Electoral Commissioner. His Excellency write to the APC party and all other registered political parties, then 12 of the 14 political parties then say, in fact, we support this nomination. I want the family understand, say not to be in democracy, consultation, not to democracy, but as in not to by vote. Elect all of the 14 parties them and say no, the presidents still get the prerogative. They get the right for appoint the Chief Electoral Commissioner. And in previous times, when they say consultation, other heads of state and a phone call they make it already appoints done. Because the Constitution also say whether the president consults or not cannot be inquired into. That the provision did they say for consult, but that consultation did the definition of it. They say no, still not the man in prerogative. Our family understand this. But this president, for the first time, put her in writing. Some of the political parties, they invite the candidates. They interview them. After that, then say, this is good. Then the president make the nomination clear and send and go parliament or say APC day back. The man go first, now the appointment committee, APC they did not sit down. Now be an opportunity for them to ask a question, for them bring the issue here forward and not do them. We done in Krango na the well, APC did. The party hierarchy decides, say, instead of they utilize the democratic structure we for use for question and hold accountable political appointees, then they go to house, then they take part. Now they don't go to house. At no point in waiting my brother say, in no mention say, na be an illegal appointment, or two, that the appointee is not qualified. Okay. But while we come to the second and most important point, if you allow me, as you see, try for interrupt, because that's number one. After that process, the Constitution now say the person for take oath and take of office, and the APC knows say that process they don't be complete. Now, the current position, he also they against the Constitution. President Bio cannot reverse this appointment. They know that. The Constitution explicit on how a Chief Electoral Commissioner or any commissioner for that matter can be removed from office. So an APC, if they get cause for remove the Chief Electoral Commissioner from office, they understand that Constitution. They get some brilliant lawyers there will understand the process by which it can be removed. So this conversation are just conversation about follow, keep comping, take that, because we know say Sierra Leone is governed by the Constitution of this country. And that law, the winner, the supreme law, it supersede any agreement, it supersede any conversation, it supersede any mediation. We, now a law-abiding government. Okay. And we know, say, Mr. Edmond Alpha, now the Chief Electoral Commissioner, having been duly nominated and approved by the Parliament, consistent with the law, and we confident say he meets the threshold, he qualified, and we ask APC for them join we for honor and respect the laws of our country.
Listening to CDI Tunis, one thing we talk about is say the process used for appoint Edmond Sylvester Alpha as chairman, because according to them, process like the tripartite recommendation we get for do with some reforms that the electoral commissions is still ongoing, and for them the president for don't wait until the reforms and the complete and go into the process of appointing chairman for the Electoral Commission. For government side, you think the appointment with the president make a bit timely?
We know say it timely, not to think, because it be very clear. I want to make 2 points clear. No points no day in the tripartite recommendations we say the president for therefore suspend in constitutional powers until all of the recommendations, 80 of them, are fully implemented. No point. At no point in the tripartite conversation also then talk say all man will be not ever working at ECSL for the past 6-7 elections for be entirely banned or disqualified. Any recommendation, in fact, the tripartite process, in fact, the National Unity Agreement, the preface of and say nothing no day inside this agreement will supersede the sacrosanctity of the Constitution of Salone. It did it. It's clear. Now part of what they agree to, that the Constitution will remain. And inside the conversation on the tripartite, they also come together where they talk about, well, what if an action don't happen already? Then they say, if an action happen before the reform, that action they be considered, say, it don't be taken and then will continue going forward. So all this conversation where they say, oh, now they talk say we violate even the agreement too. Then they use speed. How can you govern a country based on speed?
All right.
The law is the law. The content of the law is explicit. The powers of the president is explicit. And as I said, the unfortunate thing in this is that the APC bin gets power for actually hold Edmond Alpha accountable. Therefore, don't use the democratic institutions they will get in the country during that confirmation process. Therefore, don't count the evidence them. Therefore, don't ask them tough questions. We all be needed live. Therefore, don't go to the well then do it. But instead of doing that, consistent with how the APC don't choose for acts over the past few years, instead of then utilize the laid down democratic systems and institutions, then take them toys and go home. Then choose instead for make press release than for utilize the democratic institution. We are a law-abiding party, we are a law-abiding government, and we believe in the structures and the institutions of the country.
All right, before we go over to Peace Commission, the APC party don't raise concern since the one of the appointment, and finally you see you go parliament, they approve, and they don't take oath of office before president. And now then they say for let them reverse the decision. In any way, government or president gets plan for look into this issue and reverse this decision.
The president don't get that power there. The constitution clear. The president don't get the power for waking up money and tell the man, say your decision, your appointment is reversed. It don't go through the due process. APC know this.
So is it that the APC party is wasting time presently?
Again, me, you know, say I can be careful now. Now they use words. Me, I like for treat and engage APC with respect. I just tell you, say the constitution is very clear. The president don't get the power for waking up money to my and tell the electoral commissioner, say you are fired. Or will they pull you? No, it don't go through the process. It don't take the oath. And at the duly, at the democratic process where APC may get an opportunity for engaging, and they chose not to. And they know Senator Edmond Alpha now go conduct the next election. Me and they know that.
All right. Continue for the way inside the program in name na Cherino Ba, in the Minister of Information and Civic Education. We go over to the Executive Secretary Awasamai for the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Una don't play a great role in terms of for coordinate peace between different parties them, and one of them party there na the APC and SLPP. We see how APC get concerned, you don't hear from government. Within the position of the commission in the recent issues that will happen at the country.
Thank you very much. Before I dive into that topic there, we still celebrate International Women's Day. Una all na man na yaso. And we sit on the wait. Make at least let one man member say woman day na yaso. No celebrate.
No, one celebrate at end of the program.
No, me I celebrate who they start. Now don't have don't begin. Because that the day now I make you sit down, people that sit down at us, and I make who they we remember this day. I want to say a big happy International Women's Day to all the women them where they listen we, and also to all the he for she man them where don't they support the woman them over the years. And we 30 days, whether you dey na house, whether you don't go work for bring cam na house, for them picking them and the weft them, we say kudos to una, because even the man them, if they're not being give we back up, some of we no go do saudo, we papa them, we brother them, we sister them, we paddy them, and even the woman them where they support them complete woman. We want for say kudos to we all. And this year na we look at right and justice, and we believe say without justice and right, peace no go day. So we want for tell all man plenty thank you for all, one way or the other, all man they celebrate this day with we. Then now I go able for talk.
Right,
yes, the question about say yes, we don't they work with political parties, the government, non-government, paramount chief. We don't they settle boku issues them. I know all people look at the Peace Commission like saying a politics business no more deeper. Not a politics business. Because plenty it's like now when APC, SLPP or APC and the government no more get issue. It's like now on the Peace Commission. No, within the district then the chief done them. They settle issues them around the countries. Right? Other time then the way the women them also be one for strike. We been did it. Motor drivers union, we did it. So we roll a responsibility as a commission. Anything where they cause disruption or will go bring violence or conflict in the country. Now we roll a responsibility for make sure say we did it. And we try for prevent them before it even happen. And I want for say even with this situation, not the only way APC then choose not for go or for choose for step down from governance, now they engage them. No. The all political parties they know say we always na continuous engagement with with all the other political parties them. And you go also one of the things them way the APC party go also attest to now the fact say even after the Mammon meeting where they read publicly then concerns them, we call them and we tell them say please that paper won't read, let we no mistake because now the air we watch them, let we not just say now this we hear or now that we see, una can send we a copy of them and let we see how we can work out with una for see how some of them tears so can be resolved. And after a couple of days, they send the paper to with them position paper they may read. And at that day we been they try for look at how we go able for work with them because we, as I say, we always stay in touch with them before we really say them don't walk out of parliament. So we been not decide say for call them and the government to meeting, to roundtable meeting. It was a private meeting. We called the entire executive and I want for to say they were willing for come, just like any other term. We now party with all political party and anybody in this country who believes say go bring peace and tranquility in this country. And we call the government side. When we watch most of waiting there in paper, we find out say it's something for do with a lot with the constitution and the laws of this country. So we call the AG as well, and we write to both of them and ask them, say, dear, since now you, now the master sabi person for this constitution, dear, come for get a discussion with them, with we brother them, the APC them as well. And the AG self been agree. He not come in one day, come with a team, and then the Minister of Political Affairs self been the part of that team, they where they come. And then sit down, they listen to some of them here and more waiting CD don't talk so. They explain themselves for over an hour, then bring themselves point by point, all waiting at them concern. But one of the things they will find out, because they're not being given all the detail and day before they can the meeting. Some of them not be even there at them position paper. Now when they reach another round table discussion, they and bring some of the issue there. We find out say some of them people them or the institutions the way they get concerned about, we not be no say we be need for invite them. So what you will be get for tell them say the conversation get for continue. And there other people them or institutions that would don't make mention, the AG not go able to address the issue then they. But we go call them to subsequent meetings them so that they self go come, listen, waiting and get for say, and then go able for do presentation of things the way they say they're not affair with or they're not updated with. But during the conversation, we find out say one of the things them we lacking between the two groups, that the government and the APC, na communication. Something then they way they not be understand or they not be know, and something then they way the government self been say, oh, we don't send information to that person they na on a party, the person self no share the information to una. So I want to say both sides of the coin, they need for the communicate more, and then self need for share information to themselves more. That is one of the biggest, because even we been get observer and they will not communicate and not talk with them at all, but afterwards then talk with we. And one of the things that we then say picking at that, say communication, just like when they say communication, that's the key thing. And we hope and pray say that communication not go lacking. We, the Peace Commission, don't take that step. They say, no matter what in the happen now, we will try for bridge the gap so that this not go continue.
All right.
And then will continue for talk to themselves.
All right. Now, during this meeting, we wanna get with government, the APC. We wanna talk anything around for let the APC party return back to governance, for let them take part in governance.
We definitely suggest something and to them, but one of the things they would then say, definitely they say, oh, pass Edmond Alpha, go back pass the sack Edmond Alpha. In fact, they not use the word sack, not use waiting and not talk. They say it was a red line. The exact statement. They say the Edmond Alpha issue now in the red line. They not talk about sack. Clarify that. They not talk about sack, they say now a red line for them. Right? And we ask them, say they go continue, they go willing for continue this conversation. Which they say yes. And if you watch them press release now, the last paragraph, it's out there clearly say they're willing, and you always see this self-talk and say they're willing for continue for great conversation. And me believe say if people can continue for the talk, problem go they will nothing or they will not go able for solve. I'll go solve and go be another issue. But I believe say we go able for make we talk and see sense inside this talk, just like we brought ourselves chairing or don't talk say. Thing then they way them if we don't do it, thing then they way they still can do. Right? We can make sure say we get a free and fair elections. I think say that for be we focus. That resolution 3 states and clearly say now a reform. So how we go make sure say all the reforms then they be implemented to the full. I think that way they we need for look at next elections. Because you can choose the best person, they can choose who that they want. But if there's systems, then they not they in place. Trust me, the election go be just like any other election we don't do na salon, where one person win the election, then say the election fraud, the election of free and fair. But how we go make sure say all waiting we want for see make we get a free and fair elections, there's systems then they be put in place, implemented to the full, so that when me and you two they go monitor election, all waiting we get the checklist. Say this day, that day, yes, so that by the time they call results, if anybody wants to say the election of free and fair, world will say no, not to two.
Okay.
All the checklists don't be met, and the elections for salon free and fair.
Continue for the program in name Awasamai, Executive Secretary, Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, and also get CDI Tunis, Publicity Secretary for the APC Party, and Chengnoba, Minister of Information and Civic Education. As today we will look into the boycotting of the APC Party in governance and waiting at the effect where this gets. Now continue for the program. The program at Good Morning Salon. Inside the program now we go for this break.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office, it let you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You no need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God.
When you dey waka,
the Ministry of Transport and Aviation and the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority (SLRSA) no gladly for the way and manner where certain people them where they use the road, they behave. Driver and rider them more the time where traffic can jam. Plenty pan them, more keke rider them. All the time they ride na the wrong lane where they make the traffic number flow fine. The SLRSA, they member all driver, rider, and vehicle owner them say, for use the route where you no get right for use. Now serious offense under the Road Traffic Act 2007 and the Road Traffic Regulation 2011. Now the routes or lane where they approve no more, you for use. You for obey the sign them, marking, and traffic instruction them. Make sure say you safe and the one themselves where they use the road safe. Now the Ministry of Transport and Aviation will join on with the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority (SLRSA) and all who that the Andep and transport business bring this message to you.
They praise me Allah inside this Ramadan. Kini Joseph, but who say you the run they go solar the holy you? I don't mind scororo. But I keep on my they come on my they go correct money. Tell me picking I don't say money for me but for the family. You know you read the news. I say PC Foreign Exchange Bureau. The Master Sabi Foreign Exchange Bureau na the country. They samba una with them Ramadan 1% cashback bonus. I say for any money where you go collect na any PC and Son shop, whether na through Western Union, MoneyGram or RIA, you go get 1% bonus cash back. So you will get from Bull overseas. We go send for you money for this Ramadan. You pick it in school fee, the house rent, money for pool zakat. No collect them, no side. Once na through Western Union, MoneyGram or RIA, just go collect them. Now PC and Son shops them all about the country. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, the Combra Foreign Exchange Bureau.
Salon, and they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and we bring today edition of the program. My name is Adeyemi Jackson.
My name is Usman Kamara.
And inside the program, we take one part with headline story. Also, according to the chairman of ECOWAS, Authority of Heads of State and Government, President Julius Maada Bio say, peace, credible democracy, sustainable economic integration, no go dey in a West Africa region without justice for women and girls, picking them in the West Africa region. President Julius Maada Bio talk this way, he be the address the nation for Seka way Salon join other countries them at the world for celebrate the International Women's Day. You know, Kabia gets more and gonna report.
Women and girls picking them a Salon for long term. Don't they face plenty violence them, where include gender-based violence, discrimination, limited access to economic opportunity, underrepresentation by leadership and decision-making position. Sexual and gender-based violence don't be one of the major concerns them, where women then don't raise through human rights organization them, civil society group, and international partner them. For address them concern here, make President Julius Maada Bio in government been put strong law and policy them. We go protect women and girl picking in the country. Where the lawyer, according to government, don't make plenty parents here. We don't the happen to women and girl picking them. Don't less na the country. As Salon join other countries in the world for celebrating International Women's Day, the President Julius Maada Bio be address the nation. Also, be talk on the challenge them. Where women in the face na Salon and save the region and talk about the thing them. Where in say in government don't put in place for addressing challenge.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, citizens of the ECOWAS region, today we join the global community in commemorating International Women's Day 2026 under the theme Rights, Justice, Action for all women and girls. This year's theme calls on governments, institutions, and communities to dismantle the barriers that continue to deny women and girls full equality, including discriminatory laws, weak legal protections, harmful practices, and social norms that undermine dignity and opportunity. It reminds us that rights must not only be declared, but defended, that justice must not only exist, but be accessible, and that action must not only be promised, but sustained.
You be dey listen to the President Julius Maada Bio, where we dey talk about why this day important to woman and girl pikin them na the world. The President be carry on for talk about what it mean for support woman and girl pikin them.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, as we mark this International Women's Day, we do so in the first year of our National Remembrance Day, a solemn moment to reflect on the cost of our past and the responsibility of our present. We honor the women who lost their lives during our Civil War. We remember those who stood alongside the men, those who endured violence, displacement, and unimaginable hardship, and those whose suffering too often went unspoken. We pay tribute to the women who held families and communities together when institutions collapsed, and to those who courageously championed reconciliation, dialogue, and peace. Their sacrifices and resilience laid the foundation for the stability we are determined to preserve and strengthen today.
The President been talk about some of the strong law and policy them where he say in governments don't put for protect woman and girl pikin them na the country.
In recognition of their history and in fulfillment of our responsibility to build a more just society, Sierra Leone has taken decisive action. The Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Act of 2022 marked a historic milestone in our democratic journey. By guaranteeing a minimum of 30% representation for women in elective and appointive positions, we moved inclusion from aspiration to obligation and anchored equality firmly in law. Today, women's representation in parliament and across public institutions stand at its highest level in our nation's history, reflecting measurable progress in inclusive governance. The GIWI Act also advances economic justice by promoting equal access to employment, finance, land, and public procurement, while reinforcing the principle of equal pay for equal work. These reforms are deliberate and necessary steps to dismantle structural inequality and expand opportunity. We have strengthened the enforcement of laws against sexual and gender-based violence and expanded survivor-centered support systems to ensure greater access to justice. Violence against women is not tradition. It is an injustice. It is a crime, and it must end now. We also confront harmful practices such as child marriage and discriminatory norms that prevent girls from completing their education, developing their talents, and fulfilling their full potential.
In same way, so say, no developments no go happen at the region if woman and girl pikin them no get justice for sake of the bad thing the way it say, don't they happen to them.
I call on the men and boys of Sierra Leone and across West Africa to continue standing firmly as he for she champions. Gender equality requires partnership. Protecting the rights and dignity of women strengthens families, stabilizes communities, and secures our collective future. As chair of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, I extend solidarity and warm wishes to the women and girls across our region. There can be no lasting peace, no credible democracy, and no sustainable economic integration in West Africa without justice for women. The future of our region will be determined by how fully we protect their rights and unlock their immense potential.
President Julius Maada Bio end up say, in government will continue for give more support to women and girl pikin in the country, and safe say, then go make sure say, the strong law and policy them way in government don't put, continue for bad people where they do bad thing them to woman and girl picking them na the country. For Radio Democracy, Kabia the reports.
The program now Good Morning Saloon, and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We come now to our studio guest them, and I come over to you, CDI Tunis, publicity secretary of the APC party. You don't listen to China Bar, we are the Minister of Information and Civic Education, and one thing we make clear now that the appointment of Edmond Sylvester Alpha as chairman for the ECSL now one way not reversible. President not get that power there according to them for reverse that decision again. And one of the concern are that una the call on the president for reverse the decision of the appointment of Edmond Sylvester Alpha. Una still hold on to that position there, even though the minister don't make a clear say the decision not reversible.
Well, a couple of things. But first of all, I take, pull this shame with the executive secretary don't put you back. For which the woman in this country happy International Women's Day. We get a very strong woman inside her. We get strong women all across this country. We whatever outside they did, and they make things they happen at this country, whether not in the homes, in the offices, in the markets, everywhere. Then contributions they make this country, they continue for grow. And achieve the successes for they get, and I want for which they happy International Women's Day. We value them, we respect them, and we love them. Having said that, constitutionality is something where we self not they play with. And I always they say we get a very good constitution and we get very good laws. But we problem all get now how we always want for interpret they lost them at we own convenience or for we own convenience. First of all, in this country, under Section 170 of the Constitution, we get hierarchy of laws. We get common laws, we get other laws, them, and agreements, MOUs, and all of these things fall under common law. So agreements have not to something we unconstitutional. And when you look at the one way we get under tripartite, we all agree say then go be actionable and implementable. So let's get and declare. Then, also in that same constitution, the drafters then be very, very, very much deliberate. We then say the president for consult with registered leaders of registered political parties before then they appoint commissioners. Then do that because they know say important for let political parties then get consensus when it comes to the appointment of people where they take over, they take care of elections then at this country. And not to the first time this where appointment they happen of commissioners where problem they or where parties they get issue with. When before ever President Kaba of blessed memories, they appoint Christian Atop. They appoint somebody else with political parties and raise issues. Call them to a meeting, then sit down, then present the evidence, and at the end of the day, that person was changed. When Umfa Ali was appointed in 2012, the same thing happened. President Nkrumah called the leadership of the SLPP then. In fact, it be so tense, SLP boycott. As President Nkrumah called the SLPP to a meeting then, and it was resolved at the end of the day. Now, this idea that, the Constitution, they show clearly, a person they na commission, how it could be removed, come on. We don't see instances in this country where the same Constitution, they show clearly how people could be removed from offices, were not followed. Auditor General in case, now one classic example. We don't get people in this country, we get security of tenure of offices under the Constitution. We clearly then get removed. So it is not something where you go say, just like I say, go say because of my own convenience, this not going to happen. No. We get for take and say, for the peace and cohesion of this country, for the stability of this country, and for that we all continue for work together. Now, in care we go into money.
Okay.
Now, from there we sit down and draw up the agreement. It just stand like we get the Lome Peace Accord, for example. The agreement that we commodity, now plenty of them not be there with constitutional, but because of President Kaba a magnanimity for implement their agreements, then I would enjoy relative peace and quiet in this country today. And I end the war for we. So I mean, some of them things they are so as a country also we get for look at them things. What they do, what they bring we together. Nobody know they still violate the constitution. No.
Right. Now,
but at the same time, also we all agree. That is why we they focus on how we go do the reforms, so that then reforms then they go keep we together. Then reforms then they go keep this country moving in a way we all go continue for get confidence in we institutions then, in the people and the people themselves where they manage and where they lead their institutions, then they go know now say there are things we cannot do, there are things we can do. Every election at this country we don't amend the act. But things they continue for get worse.
Okay.
People they continue for do things with impunity. So we and in all of this, they affect the ordinary man and woman out there. Where, go come out, now go team up na line, whether na rain or shine, casting vote, hoping for get what you want, and see them. So this is where we stand, and that is why we don't left with cards open. But at the same time, when we bring the issue, constitution, no constitution, we got to be mindful of how much we go work for make sure say at the end of the day, we people out there and we all go continue for get confidence in we institution.
During the president in speech, we Edmond don't take oath before I make it clear say during the time in the opposition, una no mean consult them. They not do it to una do so. Now you see them in consult.
It just stand like all this so now. If we get for consult, if SLP get for consult we, they not will go to anybody with a flag bearer aspirant. Then will go to either parliament or then go to the executive of the party. So yes, APC may not have consulted President Bio as an individual at that time. But I will tell you safely say the leadership of parliament and the executive of the SLPP were consulted. They were called to meetings. Evidence then they for sure that. Now if SLPC then they consult we, they not go to any of the one in the way they run on that party for be president. No. But then go come to the executive. If government want for consult, then go to parliament. We don't see several times. For example, we MPs then they go hold meeting now state house with president, not to so. So me see the Tunis go say not happy because president not talk to me. No, I will not say that.
Right. So una open up for any dialogue for una talk to una member of parliament, them local councillor for let them return back to work.
We are the same people in this country. We all they work for the progress of this country. We have never and we will never shut with doors to dialogue. We will continue for dialogue. Not in a day we not get solution. But we have to be willing to talk and we have to be sincere in our engagement on how we want to solve or how we want to get to the solution. And that is where dialogue is necessary.
And I don't see that willingness there on government part. When I don't see that willingness there on government part.
We just start.
Okay.
We just start. It is possible that maybe when we continue for put with cards, we all go see the way forward amicably, and we go bring them back to the public. Say this is not the way forward. We all agree for to.
Continue for the way to the program. CDI Tunis, Publicity Secretary for the APC Party. Come over to you, Chainoba, Minister of Information and Civic Education. According to CDI Tunis, then at the opposition, they're willing for dialogue, they're open for dialogue. From government side, are willing for sit with the opposition and dialogue.
I want to go one step back. We contention not to that we don't throw away the tripartite recommendation in the agreement. The tripartite recommendations, the APC self not they say we don't violate them. Then they say we don't violate the spirit, not the content. The tripartite come up with 80 recommendations where the government of Salone continue for be fully committed to. And our family the list made them understand waiting they go on here. The second and very important point now that the Peace Commission, Auntie Awa just mentioned here, say the focus of the reforms now on the practice of how they conduct elections. Waiting they happen. That work the government of Salone don't do. We call international partner, then work with public sector reform units, then conduct what they call a management and functional review for look at the operations of ECSL. How then the thing they complain about data, this, that, then count all kinds of recommendations. That recommendation not be submitted already to His Excellency, and now their recommendation is supposed to be implemented. Part of the reason we make His Excellency believe, say, the ECSL need to get a substantive leader, now that we need for implement the recommendation the in good times before we get to the election. So one family understand, the SLPP-led government now actually committed to the recommendations and the implementation of the recommendation of the tripartite. Will not depart from it at all. So while they talk about the constitution, yes, there are hierarchy of laws. No other agreement no day will go trump the constitution of the country. And at no point the tripartite no suspend the constitution of the country. So in this conversation, A, we committed to implementation of the tripartite. B, we always don't committed to implementation of the laws of the country, including the constitution. And on this particular appointment, we don't follow both. And we committed to the implementation of the letter of both of them. Second to your points directly, we're willing for dialogue. It's important let family understand something about dialogue. I happen to get small technical expertise in both mediation and dialogue because, as most people know, my master's now in international peace and conflict studies. You know, they invite dialogue. You all gone, you point at me head. You know, they always govern by ultimatum. You know, they say my own way or the highway. You all let talk, we can talk. But you know, they don't give ultimatum. And then the point of boycott, not to the government, then they hurt. Now the voter them. Because when the voter them puts councils in place, I mentioned the other day, say, Freetown already.u, badly managed city. Then the leadership, the small dirty safe way they then say now then they take their toys and go home because of a process we already legal and an appointee we qualified. They say they abandon the people of Freetown, the functions of the council for clean the city, for organize, for support the schools, some of the community health center. Then you don't vex now till you left faulty. You say, Papa's government call you law can talk. By the way, this talk, it don't they continue. I like when my brother mentioned, say, where you meet with parliamentarians or this and a part of consultation. To be clear, this government not ever stop for engage the opposition. President Biona, the father of dialogue. This na man way in the beginning, we almost say not talk to Foday Sanko. He willing for talk to Foday Sanko. This na man way after the 2023 election, Bokupo and our party say, left them one day. He say no. He bring them come, he talk to them. He enter into agreements them where he give the full support to. He always open for dialogue, but you know we continue always for can begin put ultimatum per we, you threaten we, you walk away. No, dialogue self na give and take. And I want to be clear, we not get currently, because of the tripartite agreement, not mean say we get a joint governance system. Sometimes they assume say, right now, any decision we government make, we forgot and back by APC. If APC not approve, no, it take cannot to say the work. Even the guy say, they mean consult strategy. Hey, well, let be clear. They stuck with their appointment there. The people who they be one for appointment and they appoint. Nemeka don't talk say, elect APC and 13 other parties them mean say no. If the president say na this policy he wants, the constitution get the power. The only structure we get the power for checkmater and decide if for don't hold na parliament. Right. And by the way, APC then a parliament. Instead of they utilize that system in a parliament, they walked away. So at each time when they get an opportunity for engage constructively, for engage in good faith, instead, then start by writing to we say, if we not agree with this with disapproval of Edmond Alpha, we know they can government. Not to show you the negotiate, not to show you the dialogue. Secondly, the next day, they withdraw with the Mango Parliament, they not even show up. That's not how you do it. We invite them, we continue to invite them to dialogue, we welcome the Peace Commission and roll with any play for say, hey, we sit down talk. Me and we really, I don't in multiple meetings there with them, the AG, always in our meetings there with them, and they have some good ideas. We'll go incorporate. Okay. But the idea no means say them forget the veto na the room. Na the mistake that day. Okay. Just because we listen to you know means say which you say na the way or the highway, we are not going to govern by that.
Mr. Minister, what's the problem there? Both the SLPP during the terror media opposition, anytime they do appointments, the two political parties them get concerned. Is it that not trust they no can get on the presidency for let it pick certain person for ECSL when we get election?
Look, I think say from 1996 to now, one of the things they would don't make clear, I make we be in the tail end 2023 say history not start in 2023. Each government, each election na salon at the end of them, we don't get people them, we don't lose, don't complain by one way or the other. Now I didn't tell we say go police. Christiana Top not been get the power for cancel. In 2007, we cancel. You know, we get that power there. He do am. The tell we get the power for do who ask he say go police. History not start yesterday. Then I make President Bio as a true statesman say, let we solve them problems here once and for all. Let we put in place the mechanisms for review previous elections, the systems and below do them in a comprehensive way. It already do the reform then they. So, but I also want to make something clear. Not so salon no more people that complain about elections. All over the world, there are challenges where elections happen, people that they complain. But that make you get the law, the systems where they govern how. If you enter into a process, you enter fully. You agree say, even with the sign agreement, who the sign agreement, if in a contract self, would agree say if there is dispute on this agreement, now this court here, now they would go resolve this agreement. But in the case of 2023, APC, they enter into the very system governed by the laws of that system, but we then get disputes within the system, then decide say they know to utilize the law which stipulates how they exercise that dispute. Members of the APC went public and said, how you go say they go court if you get evidence say something wrong happened? I heard the other day somebody they say an election that was widely panned, and not just na English number they speak. The only institution by which the system by which they inquire into elections na salon declare. The body where they declare na ECSL. If you get problem, you take that problem, then you go court.
But they say I don't believe the court system.
Well, that's mean enough for they even believe even in election, not for participate safe. Because as I say, you know they take half, you left half. We enter into an agreement, the agreement they stipulate how they work in. And that pattern they say will not believe. You can get many years as well for contribute for improving systems and it's a very convenient position for take. Now where something not go your way, say I know they utilize the law. The law not they for where you convenience or where you believe. You know they wake in the morning today if you don't commit crime, then call you for go police. You say I not believe in the police. No, sir. The law is supreme for a reason. I made them call it supreme. Okay. You are bound by that law. And the only group will decide in the history of elections na saloon. Say we not they follow. We not they go na court for go challenge. Na APC why? Because they want for left for continue for tell we say the election. No, this is an argument. I may not can take part in the argument because the argument is already moot. Okay. The process by which they challenge election is clear. If you not do them, then you don't accept by default. Okay. that the election is legitimate and the president is duly elected. Now I make Naina the president of the Republic of Salone.
Continue for the with me inside the program. In name now Chegno Baina, the Minister of Information and Civic Education. As today we look inside the position where the APC party take this BNTM. Usai then say they not go take part in governance if the president's not reverse the appointment of Edmond Alpha. Are you hear me?
We come over to the other studio guests. We other studio get our Samai from the Peace Commission. You don't listen from the government side. And one thing we try to make clear that the president not get the power for reverse the decision. And the opposition they call for make president reverse the decision. Una don't be the main guarantor and mediator between the government and the opposition. At this point, from the Peace Commission, waiting Una think or feels the need for be done for say they bring both the government and the opposition back.
And one thing where you also forget for add that both of them say they're very willing and open for dialogue. So that are the key word, and then are waiting we believe in at the Peace Commission. The Peace Commission we believe say if people then come together, no matter how they vex, and they're able for talk to themselves. We sit down there for just guide the process, for help them for analyze waiting feasible, the waiting not feasible, for help Mama Salone. Because where we go now, how we will continue for climb up now the peace ladder, right? Because without peace, me it will not go sit down here so. Without peace, even the fuel where then they talk about so, we'll not go. Even if we get the money for buy them and the investors then they for bring and come. We'll not go get them because they're not able for land and we port them if we panko scarce. And in fact, the price tariff go up because then go say we country not safe. So we all work now how we go make sure say people are engaged more and this not affect the general populace. All man go able for go about their normal business. The picking they will get for go school. The one they will get for go work, so that things will continue for the move. While people then go continue for disagree to agreement. One thing where you watch pan politics business all over the world, you go see say people them na different political parties them then get different ideology, and then they even make the country go before. Because if everybody they think the same way, nobody not go able for think say loophole they under, problem they under, situation they under. Let we see how we can able for tackle them or how the government can able for make amends. So it good let people then get divergent in opinion, but I want to underline that day for the good of the country, not so for self-centeredness, not so for your own personal interest or only for your own political party personal interest, but we all for look for the good of this nation. So when you they look at things and when themselves they look at things from both sides, like how they bring them for dialogue, how they beg them, whether na government, whether na APC, may they all make sure say everybody they work for the interests of Mama Salone.
Okay. Now before we take work about inside the program quickly, we get a statement from one of the SLPP member of parliament. We maintain a ready democracy and refer to the agreement as gentleman agreement. Is it true now when I mean the main guarantor there?
You see anything that the unity agreement where writes a gentleman agreement?
That was Honorable Indolo Givao in statement
saying
a gentleman agreement.
I ask you don't read the unity agreement. You see anything there like gentleman agreement? No. So thank you. I think you said don't answer that question there. There was nothing. It was with intent. Lawyers been there on both sides. And then we all put we heart and we mind them for make sure say we achieve. And international people them been there for make sure say we all work in the interest of the nation. Everything what they do, if you watch all the unity agreements from 1 to 8, almost all don't be implemented. The 3 were still active. Now the one where they talk about this tripartite, because it get for go ongoing until they implement everything in full. The other one, the prisoner then they don't release them. The court case, I think now 1 or 2, then still the AG's office still the review. And the other one now I will continue for cement the past president and vice president, their relationship, so they all go work in the interest of the nation. Apart from that, everything has been implemented to the full.
Okay.
The other thing we ongoing, we will also put ongoing. Now, I will continue to get the political party for continuing for the talk, not just the government and APC, but all the other political parties then for continue for the in constant communication. And then a PPRC and implement that.
It's continue for the with me inside the program. In name na Awasama Executive Secretary, Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. We take Wakaboto will come. We look at messages inside the program this morning.
Another morning again. Ati Monday, ati Uya. We want for which all the women in Salon, International Woman Day, to all the Tranga women there where the work Tranga want for make sure this country develop. I want to say we wish you all the best, especially to me daughter them of Democracy Radio. Although I not sabi una official, una self not sabi me, but all una know say me na daddy in Pekin, me na una cousin. Democracy Radio, the woman there una really they do well. I want to say congratulations International Woman Day. Listen going speech for International Woman Day. Make me arise mine. I hope you all waiting there at the speech. If not so it happen, it go nice. But anyway, go the speech no mean bad. But we thinking then a speech, do let be actual thing where they happen at the country, because in recent time we all know waiting they happen. I want for say waiting they happen at the fear sector mine. I say Uncle Balu, you really don't try na that sector there, because today na just few stations and they around, but with your leadership, the fear stations they don't expand. But this BNTM, I hope say you go put your foot down mine. Because most of the fear dealer them, then people are not like the country. Our go happen not just for 1 week. Though una day una hide the fear, una say shortage dinner the country. Now this that me brother can say Uncle Abu, can say them people they are not cartel them. But I know say the new act una don't get more things than they una go put in place. Let them people they are left for let una scatter them cartel them. Then they are not like this country mine. That last week una take the fear una hide them. Say Salomon wicked. This not to government visit. This not to we chef. Ebo not to sobo. I don't know the feel. And remember say some of una get picking the whole day aramu money there. Go na one excess profit. Now God can say, I see get that money, I go fence I for you let you waste time. But uno chef bo Uncle Balu, uno need for put more things them in place for regulate them fear dealer there. Because uno not put down, then go do things that this country where they give the government bad name. Why you go through me file where that they send to me? He make a member. Uncle Bash where they say them go see 3 pekitos and 9 O's. They say them go study mine. From where that case they go. They say they will not know what they happen with that case they. I say this country. I make them say the justice they pick and choose who that the whole, who that they not for whole. Even though they don't say the charges they not to in that. But now that charges, but at least una for prosecute them. They will try for the do thing direct. I say CPA party. They say they don't go to the one the women they middle them. And PPSL for let them look inside the matter. Even though people notice some of una concerned and genuine. But again to me to you notice. Go no get for reverse time. So do you na beg with the beg no return back. Because I see silo. Don't be a man so. Nothing no go pull I under mine. Me na the honorable Piki Wakabot.
We take few messages them inside the program. This morning, this one say, so you non know say the AG 9 the government lawyer, anything we concern government issue and law na the Attorney General for look into them.
This one from Abdullah Joe Commander say the Peace Commission woman don't say the correct thing about tripartite agreement. Make we follow the constitution now. Thank you, madam, for saying the truth.
This one from Mohamed SCC say the APC party should know whether Mr. Edmond Alpha is the chief commissioner or not. The SLPP will not win the election.
This one from Mystic Nadwazaksi. As we celebrate International Women's Day, we must also remember that women's rights are still a challenge for many. Most single mothers are petty traders struggling every day to provide for their well-being of their children. Sadly, many of them are now in pain and distress due to ongoing right-of-way demolition by SLRA.
This one from Lolo Gaspi say, please ask CD, say if the president no recall the appointment, if they no go return a parliament or waiting another line of action.
This one say I've repeatedly stated that we need a deep consultation in our political space, irrespective of your political affiliations. Central government and the opposition parties should work as together to ensure we maintain a decent democracy.
The last one I go take because of time. This one says since Mr. Minister Bass say the president cannot remove Edmond now, even though we have seen similar type before. Edmond Sylvester Alpha himself can tender his resignation to maintain his integrity for the sake of peace and unity. These are some of the few messages. We'll come over to CD. CD, waiting at the way forward. And you get some messages there.
Well, I mean, we as a party will continue for meet and we will continue for engage. But I just want to let people know, say not to, we force intervention this with Edmond Alpha. That are because of the many references we minister they make to Parliament. This is now his second appointment. The first appointment was in renewal as Commissioner for South, and he already go through Parliament, so we know a record. We know we sabi him. We know him very well.
Good or bad?
No. I mean, I no go, can't sit down here now in state, but we get we as in many other, appointees, we get we good and bad side for everybody, and we know that, but we emphasize, like I say now, so it's more what we can do for make we institutions stronger, and then when we demand we institutions, whether in fact they don't follow the law, which they don't engage in before, where we feel safe violate their functions and how they for do their work. So these are things where they highlight always as a political party. So it is not so much that we hesitant about what thing will happen in the future or we get malice against it. No, we just want for ensure say we get to a point where we all go continue for get confidence in we institutions and the one day way they manage we institutions. But the way forward, we meet continuously, and whatever it is that we decide for doing in the future, we will come back and communicate to the public. But for now, this is where we are.
Okay. Plenty thank you to ECD Tunis, publicity secretary of the APC party. I come to you check about waiting now government next line of action in all of this.
Edmond Sylvester Alpha, the Chief Electoral Commissioner for the Republic of Salone, duly nominated, scrutinized by Parliament, and he don't take an oath of office now, don't be appointed. We want to invite the APC for let them return to governance, for let them focus on the real reforms we matter, and for let them resist the temptation for smear a good Sierra Leonean with the go work. We want for doing work, and when a citizen of this country we get right for that appointment, the way the president don't get with him probably at the highest honor in your life. It only fair for let it be accorded also due process. If you been get question, the process for do that they been there, do them. Now work with them and in back don't call say do you want get a chance, let help for restore with the call so that trust day and all. Let not start the process by creating questions. So again, let not say the institution and not get trust, but then we start already by putting things in with support at their mind, like say this man not trustworthy. The reforms don't been done, the MFR don't be done, he committed for implementing them. The government of Salone committed for implementing them, and the government of Salone committed for engaging the opposition APC for long move this country go before and get a successful 2028 election where SLPP get for win, inshallah.
Plenty thank you, Chegnoba, Minister of Information and Civic Education, our Samai from the Peace Commission. We get for the see more of consultation and dialogue from the Peace Commission.
Yes, but I want for start for say nothing no day we God no able for do. This na month of
Ramadan and Lent.
Yeah, Lent and Ramadan, and I believe say all man they pray for the peace of this country. So this na time where I think say we all, including una the journalists, them, because I find out say the journalists then they stay up so much na the media lately, including the social media. How una self prayerfully go they conduct their interview there so that it not go stay strive and bitterness na the people them across the nation, because some of their interview are the hatredness where they come out of them. The kind way how people, the message, maybe not on our intent, but certain way how they ask questions them, the way how it creates panic around the country. I think una self get on your role and responsibility for know how they call on questions for the peace of this nation. And how una self, even if then they answer question with hate and bitterness, how una go try for bring that tempo they can down. So by the time where the interviews then done, you go find out say we go get more cohesion, more peace, more clarity than more questions unanswered where they create what we not want in this nation. So me the beg, I would use this space on a station for beg not to only una but all other stations then social media networks them make we interviews and then we engagement them be for the peace of the nation. The commission, we are committed for do that. We already get we way forward from the last meeting where we work with them, and we also get for also give a policy advice to the government, because that's our role on all these issues. Yeah, so where they gone. But I they emphasize again, Salone people then. Remember saying na one country you get. The 5th most peaceful country in Africa, the 2nd most peaceful country now West Africa, the most peaceful country now the Mano River Union. May we guard with peace jealously so that we go enjoy with Mama Salone.
One for the plenty thank you to our Samai, Executive Secretary, Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, and also CDI Tunis, Publicity Secretary, APC Party, and Chegnoba, Minister of Information and Civic Education, for we will take an attempt today for be part of the program. Good morning, Salone. Well, family, because of time, now so we go bring down the curtain for today's edition of the program Good Morning Salone. One was a plenty thank you to the production team and also Jaffa Mans Davis. We make us see we live now Facebook page, and also DJ Kiman for technical support. So till we meet again, Mina Adeyemi Jackson, they say goodbye.
But Adeyemi, I just want for wish International Women's Day. Let me say no.
Indeed,
me say don't do me. Me say don't do me. Mr. Minister.
You know, see me a feminist. Yeah. So happy International Women's Day.
All right, plenty thank you guys for joining inside the program this morning. So till meet another 10 minutes, Usman Kamara. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.